Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up, Chicago? It's Mic Check Reviews Part 2, Speaking My Radio, episode 571, but still part 2 though, with Train and I. What's up, Train?
How you doing? How you doing, Miss Savannah?
I'm good. Well, we back at the second end of this review for motivational use only, volume one, with Currency and Jermaine Dupri. What's your standout track?
Um, I believe, at least the way that I was listening to it, it was the leading track, The Screen's Falling. Um, the beat was hard, the voice of the chorus, and I believe that had a sample from the Genuine. That was a Genuine sample on it. It was a portion of the verse and or a hook, because I couldn't really tell because of the way that the song was flowing together. Screens falling, creep crawling, beach balling, money calling. So for me, once again, applying it to myself, beach balling, pretty much just saying like chilling or whatever, vibes, riding, but by the water. So it was most definitely, like I said, it was just a good vibe to me. But uh, being fair, the same thing I would have said about the Cardi B joint is he does have a pocket. You know what I mean? Currency has a pocket. And he's most definitely always usually in it. But maybe a little bit of the production on that song was the thing, or even on most of the song on this was like the swinging factor for me, enjoying them just a little bit more than I normally would.
Um, so you kind of went off the vibe of the joint. Screens off. What's it called? Screens off?
Screens falling.
Screen, yeah, I like that joint too, actually. And it was specifically for the vibe of it. But you said it had a genuine sample?
Yes,
Which one?
I do not know. I didn't look it up, but I heard it. As soon as I heard it, I was like, which R&B song is this? But it's that joint. And it's either the joint from Pony or the one from Come Home or something like that. I believe was the name of the song back in the day. But the yeah, it's one of them too. Because I can't put the name of I can't remember the song back right now. Like the actual Screen Falling's beat. But I remember hearing the Genuine sample. I was like, yeah, that was a good use to that for real. It was a good flip.
Definitely. Okay.
Um, I know you said that you like the one with Two Chains. What was another track on here that you feel like was a banger, or at least something that you could vibe to?
Great question. I wouldn't necessarily say this is a headbanger, so to speak. I mean, it can be from a different perspective, but it's the joint called Fortune 500. And I like Fortune 500 off of for motivational use only, volume one, with Currency and Jermaine Dupri, because it's potentially giving a vibe of spitting game to you through financial literacy. That's the best way I can describe it, because Currency is like talking to his son in the song, literally, and he goes like in the clip or whatever. My son know the difference between a startup house and what a mansion is. So he's giving away free game to, all the listeners. The whole point of the album was to motivate you to get off your ass and make some money. That's what it was supposed to motivate you to do and everything. So that's exactly what it did. And he also says in the song Fortune 500, I heard that you should buy a company every chance you get, pinpoint the downfalls and revamp that shit. You know, I mean, it's self-explanatory, and I just love how they put these business the business terminology into a song, you know?
Yes. Um, it's funny you said that because my next song that I would probably say would be a standout to me was Never Fall Off. And it's kind of the same kind of messaging, at least to me anyway, as far as getting to it, staying solid, uh, being on your P's and Q's, you know what I mean? So, Never Fall Off was a joint. I believe the chorus portion of it was like, I raise my hands to the Lord. I pray I never fall off. I wish the same for my dogs. Money won't break us apart. So for most males, I mean, I'm sure in the female situation as well, money is an issue that usually becomes a problem between a lot of friendships and things of that nature. And most of the time, when you're having your come up story, especially when you're younger, the biggest thought is, man, the people that you want to share it with as well. You know what I mean? And having that as your goal and objective as well when you're on your mission to getting that money that we were talking about in the song that you chose.
Definitely.
Um,
Yeah. It's definitely a motivational type deal. And yeah, I like the whole album, honestly. I did want to kind of touch on the cover art a little bit for Motivational Use Only Volume 1. Um, so okay, first, the title. The title came from Currency song Jermaine Dupri that he did back in 2021, where he was inspired by the legendary producer Jermaine Dupri, from all the way from the start, like when he used to do MTV Cribs. You know, the two of them started working with each other after that, after he put that song out. And the album's cover art, like I said, is that of like I mean, tell me if you see it or not, but it's supposed to be like a crown, you know, a classic hip hop crown that symbolizes, you know, hard work and royalty through like determination. And the music is meant to, like I said before, it's to empower you with the mindset of a king. That's what the whole thing was about. And that's exactly what I got out of it. So I just wanted to touch on that real quick.
did you have another song that you liked off of the album?
Yeah. Never Enough, because the song focuses on a strong desire for wealth and attaining better days, like Tupac. Also finding gratitude in what you do, you know, in the midst of struggle. Because I like how Jermaine Dupri, he touched on like his childhood growing up, watching both his parents struggle and to try to make ends meet, and how it helped him focus more on how to become financially free because he didn't want to go through that. And I just think it was a great song overall, and it helps you build the discipline and the clarity that you need to make a way to financial stability.
Yeah, I think that was an excellent take. Song, in actuality, and pretty much encompassing the whole feel and vibe of the album, or even most of his music to me, which is the reason that I enjoy listening to it. With a lot of the stuff that he does, it's it's close enough. You know what I mean? As much as I hate to say it, is the way that I describe it. Um, none of us as human beings are monoliths. I figure African American males or any of us, there's no one just common struggle. So to have somebody as an artist like Currency that doesn't necessarily just speak into every song, but also still can give you the motivation like a TM 103 or something before another set of African American males. So
That's
for
right.
me, I made this mistake before and said Screenfallers with the intro. It was So Vets with the intro. And that was the one that I had as my third joint. Um, I felt like as soon as I heard it, it had set the tone for the album. for both of them. And one of the it kind of made me appreciate that portion that I was saying before of I like Currency's music already. So a lot of the times when you hear him on similar beats, because naturally you're going to pick something that's in your wheelhouse of what you like. There's no real change to it. So of course I'm going to like it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things like you're like, all right, I get to it, starts getting there. So to hear the Jermaine Dupri, even though they're both Southern, kind of more bouncier beats to me than normally would expect for a Currency. Was a good taste of it straight off the rip with the So So Jet song. So as soon as you hear that, you can pretty much know what to expect. If you don't like that song, then you're probably not going to really just vibe with the album too much. At least that's my opinion.
Well, that's a good opinion because it's one it's just kind of one of those albums you should listen to straight through in order to catch all the jewels. You know, there on to be all honest, there wasn't not one song on the album that I did not like because it
Yeah,
all yeah, they all had messages in it.
I most definitely agree with you. At least, like I said, when it comes to him, but this is the bias situation. I couldn't say anything to you about the Cardi album, regardless of what, because you're a Cardi B fan. So for me, with the Currency is, it's like, yeah, you should go listen to it. But I would tell you that about all of his albums. You know what I mean? Weekend at Bernie's, I feel like that was a good mixtape, yo, for a lot of people that because even with him, it's hard. It's a lot of music coming out in the world in general,
Mhm.
but then he puts out a super shit ton of music. He puts out a lot of music, so it's a lot to catch up to it, and sometimes it can feel like anime, to where as though you want to listen to the music, but you don't know where to start at. You know what I mean? But Currency, it was most definitely a good album. The one with him and Jermaine Dupri for motivational use only, and it is motivational. Mission completed.
Yeah, most definitely mission completed. And I was wondering like I mean, I'm only one person. I'm not going to know everything, every piece of music that comes my way, which is why I was grateful to listen to this album. But I kept wondering to myself, like, yo, why isn't this album like more out there, like on streaming platforms like Spotify? And then I read somewhere that the album was never meant for streaming purposes. It was just something they not did for free, but it's kind of like a mixtape, you know, like it was released as a free mixtape. Yeah, that's what it is. And so that's why I was on different platforms and not the traditional streaming platforms like Spotify or I don't think it's on Pandora either, but yeah.
It was for motivational use.
Right, exactly. That's funny.
Yeah,
Okay.
they killed it.
So I wanted to talk about on this day in hip hop, y'all. On his day in hip hop, October 4th, Common's sophomore album was released, Resurrection in 1994. I think it had the song on there, I Used to Love Her. And, you know, everybody's sampling that nowadays. I think Freddie Gibbs sampled it on Alfredo too. Also, Kanye West released the single Runaway from the beautiful Dark Twisted album, I mean, Fantasy in 2010. And I love that song Runaway. It's so beautiful to me, like the piano aspect of it. And yeah, that's what happened on this day, y'all, in hip hop. And Train, you want to add anything?
No, I think that was a nice little jewel. I did not know that those songs were dropped on today. And we all love and pray for Brother Kanye. But he is most definitely at his peak. He was the chef's kiss. He was the chef's kiss.
Chef's Kiss.
So salute to Common too. I can't lie. I would like to hear some. I would like to hear something from Common, maybe possibly, man.
Me too.
Um, what's that one joint? My one song. I'm not gonna act like I got the most Common joints on deck, but it would have to be the joint with him and Mary J. Blige.
Come closer.
Yeah, yeah, that joint. And that B album was fire. I ain't gonna lie, that B album to me, if I had to have a Common album, that would probably be it.
Okay,
With Gold and everything on it.
that's
Who'd
cool.
you like from Common?
Um, Basically the two songs that you just named or whatever. I mean, without me having to dig deep in the crate, everything Common drops is hot. But I do like the Mary J. Blige joint closer. I think it's beautiful. And I used to love her. That's a classic. Even Kanye and Homecoming, referenced that song. Um, what's one other song? I think he did a joint with Alicia Keys. I can't think of the freaking song name or whatever. But yeah, I love Common because I'm from Chicago too. So yeah, shout out to Common. All right, y'all. We're gonna get out of here. Thank you so much, Train, for coming on today's show and speaking your mind with me about Cardi B's and My the Drama and for motivational youth only volume one Currency and Jermaine Dupri. I appreciate you and I appreciate your time and can't wait to see you next week.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate you as well, Mr. Popstar.
All right, peace out.
Peace.